Here's how I took these drums and mixed them to sound like this. So step one is finalizing any timing edits. So this involves me going through, looking at the transients of the drums and listening for anything that sounds like it's pushing or pulling in a distracting or unnatural way. Step two is triggering these shells. So I will go through and I'll use an instance of trigger, and that looks like this. And I'll use it to create velocity accurate MIDI values for every single kick hit, snare hit, and tom hit. This is what the MIDI value looks like. Step three is choose your samples and print them. In this production, I'm actually using 3 different snare sounds. My first snare is the Get Good Drums Architect snare. And then I have a one-shot sample layered in to get a consistent attack. And then on top of that, I have the snare effects, which is just a printed reverb, which adds some length and depth to the snare. Altogether, it sounds like this. Step 4 is to balance and process your drums. So I will start by pulling the faders up and getting the drum sound balanced. If you choose the right samples, you don't actually need to heavily process them. So you can see that I have very little processing on the individual drum files, and then across the drum bus, I'm doing a little bit of compression, a little bit more EQ, and a little bit of saturation. And last but not least, we have step 5, which is to automate your drum volume. I'll typically start by getting the drums balanced in the mix in the chorus, and then I'll start to pull forward any transitional drum fills, like this. Oftentimes, I wrestle with the drums being too powerful in the verses, so I like to use volume automation to get them to sit in place and pull them down. So here's a quick section with the drums playing in the chorus, doing a transitional fill, and then coming down in volume for the verse.